Good morning to our viewers of Ireland and good evening to everyone in India. On behalf of the Embassy of India, Dublin, I welcome you all to another episode of India Ireland Friendship Lectures. This is a unique platform for connecting with experts across the sectors, ranging from artists to scientists. Today we have with us Mr. Rohit Bokade, Alumni Somaiya Vidyavihar, and Mr. Umesh Shinde, Dean Research Development and Consultancy, KJSIT Institute of Technology, who will be giving a presentation on BeliefSat-0, which is an amateur radio satellite created by the students of Somaiya Vidyavihar. A brief introduction of our speakers. Mr. Rohit Bokade is IT engineer by training and tech consultant by profession with master's degree in artificial intelligence. He is project lead for Somaiya BeliefSat-0. And Mr. Umesh Shinde is MSc and PhD in physics, having completed around 15 major and minor research projects in the area of upper air sounding system, nanomaterials, small satellite, weather prediction, etc. He is mission manager for the Somaiya BeliefSat-0 project. This satellite was successfully launched on New Year's Eve from Sriharikota's launch pad and is set to become a crucial player in the realm of global amateur radio. We must say that this is a great feat by the students of Somaiya Vidyavihar. Before moving on to this interesting presentation, I would request His Excellency Ambassador of India, Shri Akhilesh Mishra ji, for the introductory remarks.
Namaskar, my warm greetings to everyone from Dublin, Ireland. We are very delighted to have this program on behalf of Indian Embassy in Dublin. At the outset, I must applaud Chancellor of Somaiya Institute of Technology, Somaiya Education Group, Samir Somaiya ji, for his leadership. In fact, through his LinkedIn post, I came to know about this great achievement by Institute of Somaiya Institute of Technology. And I contacted him with the request, and he was so prompt, so dynamic, and generous in accepting our request immediately. And also the way he helped coordinating everything is a great leadership. In Sanskrit, there is a definition of a leader. Yat yat acharati shrestha tattad eva itaro janah sa yat pramanam kurute lokah tadanuvartate. So his efficiency, his hands-on approach, his grounded style of leadership is truly inspiring, and I could see the same ethos reflected in Dr. Satyendra Upadhyay ji, Director of International Relations, and also Dr. Umesh Shinde ji and Rohit ji. The way you proactively work together with our team in the embassy and made it possible. I sincerely applaud your efficiency and your dynamic role. The theme of this event is particularly interesting because just a few days ago, in fact, on 1st of December, the first ever satellite of Ireland was launched. And that also happened to be a student-driven and student-developed satellite. It was a miniature cube satellite which was developed by the UCD, University College Dublin, in the guidance and supervision of the European Space Agency, and that was the first ever satellite of the Republic of Ireland. So this was a great news and milestone for Ireland. So when I saw the post of Dr. Samir Somaiya ji, I was very, very impressed. And I thought this is a great story for India and Ireland to connect. So this is a very significant event for a new niche area of India-Ireland connectivity. And also the idea behind launching India-Ireland Friendship Lecture Series is precisely this, to identify complementarities, identify niche areas in which we have some expertise and experience which may be relevant for Ireland, and also learn from Ireland's own success stories which in areas and segments where we can benefit. Talking of India-Ireland partnership, although there is a very natural, very apparent disparity and difference in the size and scale of the two countries, but if you look more closely, then there are more commonalities than differences. We both gained independence from the British colonial rule, and when we were struggling for our independence, and Ireland's glorious, heroic freedom struggle was a source of inspiration to people in India. When we were drafting our constitution, then Ireland's constitution of 1937 was a great template for us to follow, and it has tremendous influence on our constitution drafting. Also, in contemporary times, Ireland is the fastest growing European Union economy. It is the second highest in terms of per capita income in Europe. It is also the most successful startup success like ecosystem. Ireland's success rate in the startup segment is about 16 to 17%, whereas the European average is 6 to 7%. And success rate in India is only 1 to 2% in the startup sector. Similarly, IT, top 8 out of top 10 IT companies in the world are based in Ireland. Pharmaceutical sector and medtech sector, about top 13 out of 15 are based in Ireland. In fintech, in agri-tech, in aviation, in entertainment, Ireland has very significant global influence. And these are also areas in which we have tremendous strength and niche expertise and global influence. So what we are looking for is identifying complementarities in unique sectors where we can dovetail our energies and become each other's force multiplier and benefit each other, both sides. And education sector is particularly significant because we have very robust engagement already. India has become the #1 source of international students in Irish universities. And we both, India is the largest producer of tech manpower, English-speaking manpower, and not only in traditional areas of IT or medtech or pharmaceutical, but also a whole range. So we have unique strength globally in terms of the range of skill sets that we have. The number of professionals that we have is unmatched, unparalleled. So we can complement an education and university-driven ecosystem of entrepreneurship and innovation is one key area that we are focusing for enhancing our partnership. So I believe that today's event could open a new chapter for us to explore. Once again, my very sincere gratitude to Somaiya ji, Satyendra Upadhyay ji, Dr. Umesh Shinde ji, and Rohit ji, and the entire team of students who made us greatly proud of their accomplishment. Thank you so much.
No, I don't. I just want to thank His Excellency for providing us this opportunity. Very nice of you to reach out. We have met before once, so it was very nice to have this opportunity. I honestly say that I don't deserve any credit. The credit really goes to the faculty, leadership, and the students of the KJSIT of Technology of Somaiya Vidyavihar. Really amazing how they dreamt about 7 years ago that they would even help, even participate in the, the Jovian Moon project, as they said. And, the whole thought was, yes, we talk about moonshots. Here they're talking of a Jupiter shot when they said it. And it was incredible to see when I got a call from Dr. Ukrande and Dr. Sunnapwar, and that they were, on the way to Sriharikota and to do the launch. It was incredible. One day after the launch, when they said that they got the signal from the satellite, it's live. So compliments to the whole team. And I really, it's, if you can, as they said, खुद ही को अगर बुलंद इतना गैर तकदीर से पहले खुदा बंदे से खुद पूछे बता तेरी रजा क्या है. So it is up to them and I leave the floor to them. Thank you.
Honorable Ambassador Sri Akhilesh Mishraji, officers of Indian Embassy, Dublin, our respected Chancellor Sri Samir Sir, my both principal Dr. Suresh Ukrande and Dr. Sunapwar, and my all participants across the world, my dear students, their parents also. Thank you, Mishraji, Akhilesh Mishraji, for inviting us, to giving us this honor to present ourselves in front of the world, the part of the India-Ireland educational series, lecture series. Thank you very much, sir. The statement, if you wish truly something by heart, whole universe conspire to help you to achieve that, your goal. We experience it since last 7 years, especially during the progress of the Somaiya BeliefSat-0. Many times we gone through such a situation that at some point we felt that, oh, it's everything's finished, not possible to go ahead now. But I don't know. Everyone is there surrounding us. Their wish. Due to that, our satellite is there in space in active mode, I can say.
Not moving.
I said that this is the dream of, we lived that dream. Somaiya BeliefSat-0 for last 7 years. It is a dream of my principal. It is a dream of our students not only current, they are the alumni. They were sitting at the several part of the world, maybe Canada, US, Europe, Japan, etc. It is a dream of the parents of the students. I just like to give an example. During this progress of BeliefSat-0, we need to go to various centers of ISRO for various testings. And one day, during that period, there was an examination scheduled, end semester examination. And one student came to me, sir, I will come with you along with the alumni. I asked his parent, he's the Neeraj Patil, he might be here. His parent, Mr. Patil, your student is with us and he's going to miss the final year examination, third semester examination. He told me, sir, no worries. He can give the examination later on. The satellite is our aim, our dream. The work is important. Again, we were there in the VSSC and the time extended. Again, I asked Mr. Patil, I'm sending your child for the next examination. No, he said that no, he should be there. Satellite should be there. He should be there to work on the satellite. He can give the examination later on. What more we can expect from any parents? That's really great. That's why I said this is a dream of each and every parent of our students of our team, Newly Lab. I remember that last 7 years ago, I just went with the Rohit and other students to principal to work in the area of space technology. When we say the space science, space technology, which is the big science, requires a lot of funding, a lot of money. But within a fraction of a second, he told me that go ahead, we all are with you. And that is a dream we lived together, dream. And that dream leads us to the space with the active mode. And that is the one step toward the dream of our respected Chancellor, Mr. Samir Sir, to become a world-class institution. This is the many times our Samir Sir visited our lab whenever he used to be on campus. And that is the, sometimes it happens to be a motivation that our big boss is with us. And why we should stop, we should go ahead. Somaiya BeliefSat-0. We received the message from Mr. Vinay Paliwal in the year 2023 January that you want to be a part of the mission C-54. It was the C-54 mission. But anyway, I don't know what happened. The mission was dropped and we will not able to put our satellite right there. But in the month of June, we got another call from the Mr. Vinay Paliwal. Are you ready? Yeah, we said, yes, we are ready. We started our work. We started to design the BeliefSat-0, next part of the BeliefSat-0, and it was at 10 p.m. in the Pune, and we came to know that our main PCB of satellite is not working. Neeraj and Vivek was with me. We tried in the night, then at 11, we stopped the whole work and get back to the Mumbai. I started the journey at 11 p.m. from the Pune toward the Mumbai. It is around 200-kilometer distance. And during that whole time, in the night, I was shouting at Vivek and Neeraj, why and how this happened. We have the very less time, shortage of time. Such kind of mistakes are not accepted at all. And both the students, they are there till the launch of our satellite and never said any complaint to me, why you are shouting at us, sir. Then again, we started, developed our new design. Same thing happened to that new design again. There is one crystal oscillator started to malfunctioning. Then we feel, oh God, let us stop. Not possible to go ahead now. Nothing will happen. But as I said in the first slide, if you wish something from the heart, we came to know that the launch date of a PSLV C58 mission was extended by 10 days. It was earlier in the November 15, then it goes to the December first week. Oh, that gives relief. Again, let us start with the new PCB design. Then we plan everything. No, don't wait for the courier service or anything. Just go one by one, door to door. Take the PCB, go to the Pune for the assembly soldering, come back to the college, stay day night. And then we got the final result from our PCB of our satellite, and it brought the success. And then these are the requirement came from the ISRO. To design the satellite, these are very important requirements. We should have the mechanical interface ready, electrical interface ready, power budget should be ready, telemetry, what we can do, it should be ready, ground support should be ready. They have each and everything, have a lot of stories. We'll discuss it in a short time. When I say the mechanical interface, we should have the standalone system, mass should be less than 10 kilograms. And they feed the satellite on the fourth stage of PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle. We should use the fasteners, they should be more than the size of the M4. We have used a M5 fastener. And the longitudinal frequency of the vibration, it should be greater than 90 hertz, and for the lateral, it should be greater than 45 hertz. And again, TML and CVCM values should be a proper. Basically, our BeliefSat-0, we design with the few goals. The goals are, we have used the commercial of the cell component so that it becomes easy to manufacture, design this satellite with a very, very low cost. First thing, so that it can become the STEM tool, educational tool for the future aspirant, so that they can get some hope that yes, we can also make with the low budget satellite. And also there are other goals like the tribute to the Amateur Radio Society. We have completed the 100 years of the ham radio operation in India, and to serve the global communication amongst the ham operators among the world. Electrical interfaces, that there is one, this DB9 connector, it's mil gear connector. We have almost used the commercial of the cell component, very cheap in the sense the low cost. Low cost, this DB9 connector goes around 150 rupees, Indian rupees. But you go for the mil grade, space grade, it goes up to 3010. That is the cost of the space grade components. We have used that one. Again, the very important factor, see, our satellite is transmitting the data, and for that we have used amateur radio frequency. To use the amateur radio frequency, we should have the club related to the amateur radio. And that work we started in the lockdown before 2019. And in the 2020, we have received the confirmation from Wireless Planning Commission, Government of India, that your club is sanctioned. The name of the club is Victor Uniform Number 2 Charlie Whiskey November. And that club help us to get the IERU coordination. That is very important, that, every satellite in the space, using the certain number of frequency, that should not be allocated to the new satellite. So we should get the confirmation from the International Amateur Radio Union that, yeah, these are the frequencies we are going to use. And that confirmation we received from the Hans, who is the satellite coordinator of the International Amateur Radio Union. Also, important factor to get the authorization for the satellite, we need to have the ITU filing, ITU International Telecom Union. I really thanks to the team of ISRO satellite, ISRO Satcom from the Bangalore, Mrs. Richa and his team. They help us to get the documents for the ITU filing. Really at the end moment, I think we completed the ITU filing on the 29th of December, and that leads us to the authorization of our satellite. It should have the antenna, which should be separately mounted on the device, etc. Then power, it should be limited 24 to 36 volt poem. The 10 watt is the maximum nominal. Our satellite has the 2 watt power, and when it is in operation mode, it is up to the 4 watt. And there should be a DC to DC converter with the short circuit protection also. These are the some characteristics of our Somaiya BeliefSat-0. Then functional, to say when it is in space, it should have some parameter we should know. For example, what is the temperature of our satellite? It is said that health parameter or functional parameter. There should be some kind of the arrangement, so that we should get that arrangement at the ground station, and it should have the separate transmission system which we had there in our BeliefSat-0. That I said that the ground station work, our consistent work during the lockdown, since the 2017 leads us to get the communication, to get the contact around the world with the ham operators, individual ham operators, even the SATNOC, which is the group of the ground station around the world. They help us a lot to detect our satellite when it is operational in the particular orbit. These are some, again, before launching the satellite, the electric and mechanical interface is also important. We need to go to the VSSC, where the assembly of the satellite will take place. There we need to check our satellite electrical interface with other devices of the PS4 or P4 stage of the satellite, as well as the mechanical interface. And when everything is okay, we need to submit the document from our side, signed by the officers or official person of that particular group. It may be a head of the institution or person like a dean, research development, etc. That our satellite will not consist any kind of the hazardous material. It is not going to harm the surrounding space, and the safety submissions related to the mechanical interface on the 4th stage of the polar satellite launch vehicle, as well as electrical instruments which we are going to use, how it's going to connect to the 4th stage of the polar satellite launch vehicle. This is very important. And then when everything has happened, we need to go for such kind of the danger states, test, which are called the environmental test level. In a satellite, when we go for the testing, there are certain kind of the models. One is called qualification model, flight model, or proto-flight model. Suppose you have the lot of time and money, you can make the 2 models. One is the qualification model, test it with the various tests, and then replicate it with another model, which is called flight model, which is tested with a very small number of tests, and that can be kept on the 4th stage of the PSLV rocket. But if you have only one model, then it is called proto-flight model, and it has to go to the test mixed with the qualification model and the flight model. So our model is the proto-flight model, it is called. So in a proto-flight model, we need to go through the thermo-vacuum test, vibration test, EMI test, and then shock test. These are the really, it's when we talk about our satellite, this is just like our child. We were worked on it for several years, and that tests are very dangerous for the satellite. Sometimes it may break the satellite, it may misfunction the satellite. So before going to design satellite, everyone, newcomers are here, I think, from the various part. If you want to design the satellite, you should know what are these tests are. So not in a technical detail, just we will go through that test in a small time. So in thermo-vacuum test, what we have done, we kept our satellite in a vacuum chamber where the temperature is around 10⁻⁵ millibar, and then the temperature, this pressure is around 10⁻⁵ millibar, and the temperature cycle start. Room temperature go down up to the -25°C. We stay there for 2 hours, then temperature range to the -20°C. We stay there for 2 hours. Then from -20°C, See, we started our BeliefSat-0 at initial stage. And that stage goes 5 cycles from -20 to 65 degree, 65 degree to -20 degree, -20 to 65 degree, 2 hours of 5 stage we have to cover. And then the last stage for the -20 degree for the 12 hours, raise temperature up to 65 degree for keep it for the 12 hours. So total time when we say from the start -25 degree, at the left side to the minus normal temperature right side, it is around 84 hours. And during that 84 hours, we need to keep our satellite in on condition. If it fails, if it start to malfunction during that test, then it is said that your satellite is totally failed and it is not capable for the launch. But it's our luck, not luck, it's our work, it's our belief, it's our dream, and our satellite worked during that test for the that dangerous temperature cycling, which is called thermo vacuum test. This is what the our satellite at various part temperature 17 temperature sensors were attached of the satellite, and we got it performed according to this cycle only, and then it said that yeah, it is okay. In that case, before going for the test, we need to have some kind of the data of each and every component of the satellite, that is outgassing, what should be the total mass limit. That is the very big story. But I really, thanks to InSpace people, they helped us in this matter to overcome that discrepancy, and we came to know that everything is okay with our BeliefSat-0. Then the another test, it is the vibration test. When it is kept on the rocket has a very high speed. With that high speed, our satellite should sustain with the vibrations raised due to the high speed of the launch vehicle. So there are random vibration and the sine vibration, this various frequencies with this, it is G root mean square value. This is the magnitude of the frequency applied, vibrations applied to the satellite. It's randomly applied 20 years, 60 years, up to 2000 hertz in all three directions: x-axis vibration, y-axis vibration, z-axis vibration. And simultaneously, we can have the sine vibration, a sine frequency amplitude, dA, it is the double amplitude, magnitude, then the double amplitude, peak to peak value that is applied to the satellite, and it is checked how it perform. What happened in one stage, we have completed the 2-axis vibration, and third, at the end of the second y-axis vibration, we came to know that, you look at this right left hand side, we got the one crack on our antenna. It was the time myself, Akshay, to Alumini, and the one first year student, girl student was there, Shreya. We feel like a cry because, when I saw this, it is the break and it is the failure in our device. Then I asked our team at the Somaiya IT lab, newly lab, that just we have the one more antenna, break that antenna, check what is the meaning of that black, what is the purpose of that black. And we came to know that the black is the only mechanical support for the antenna. If it is break, means it is failure. At 1 p.m. on that day, it has happened. And then from 1 p.m. to late night, 9:30 p.m., the discussion went on with amongst the various in-space scientists. Mr. Nikhil Arora, he is the coordinator for our satellite. Mr. Vinay Paliwal, assistant director in space. Nikhil Arora is the deputy director of in-space. Both are the the coordinator for our BeliefSat-0. And among all other researchers, big senior scientists, they have a lot of discussion. And after a lot of discussion with the PSLV team from the Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, then Sriharikota Range, they came to the conclusion after the lot of technical and scientific debate that if you had a similar antenna, and if you're able to protect that black bakelite so that it can work in a space, then and then only you can attach it to the main satellite body. That agreement give us confidence. Yeah, we have the still hope. We can go ahead. And one more thing happened. Rohit is here. His uncle has own industry in the Ahmedabad. It was 6 kilometers away from our, that testing center. At the night, my students, 3 students went with that broken antenna and one more new antenna to that industry. In the night, they get everything over there. And this is the new antenna we designed. That black jacket is covered with space grade epoxy that gives extra strain to our antenna. And that antenna again tested on this vibration machine, vertically, x-axis, y-axis, z-axis, and it survived. When I saw this break in our antenna, I thought we all feel that we are going to lose the opportunity. That is why I said initially, if you wish something from the bottom of the heart, everyone will try to achieve your goal. And this is happened because of every Mr. I really thanks to InSpace, is Mr. Nikhil Arora, Mr. Vinay Paliwal, all other Mr. Dr. Kaushik, antenna expert, Dr. Shashank, launch vehicle expert. They help us a lot to convert that failure to the success. And that is the reason we are in space again. After that, this vibration test gives this result. I said initially that your vibration frequency for the longitudinal axis should be greater than 90 hertz. And in our case, it is, this vibrational frequency is greater than 200. It is around 256 hertz. This is what we check with the help of vibration tests. There are so many such kind of graphs for various axes and various levels. Then shock test also we have performed on the same thing. Acceleration about 50 g is the force, 50 times the 9.8 meter per second square. Time 10 millisecond, half time we gave to our satellite, and the shocks in one axis direction only. Then there is another test called EMI test. Mostly, satellite is made up of some conductors. When there is a conductor, that conductor will act as a antenna. And antenna always transmit or receive interference. So our satellite is going to place on the fourth stage of the rocket. And in the vicinity of our antenna, there are another certain devices. It may be another satellite, main satellite, solar cells, and every number of wires, etc., etc. So there is a possibility that there may be an interference. Our satellite may transmit some electromagnetic interference. That electromagnetic interference may affect the other devices, or other devices interference may be received by our satellite, and that may start the malfunctioning in the working of our satellite. So to avoid this, so to correct this, these tests are very important as far as such kind of the missions are concerned. I just like to give you one example of this CS06. I said how it helps us when we wish something from the bottom of the heart. When the test was just Dr. Nandini, she was just starting the test CS06. The test is about to input voltage of our satellite is around 28 volt. At that volt, it is start working properly. And in that test, the external voltage which gives, it is greater than the input voltage. So that lady is about to start the test and about to give the voltage of the 56 volt to the satellite. But I don't know what happens, and it may be her great experience. He feel that she need to ask something to us. She came to me, our team, asked us that what is the input rating of your capacitor at the input circuit. I checked with the data sheet, and we came to know that input highest rating of our capacitor is 38 volt only. And in the CS06 test, they are supposed to give the voltage double than that of the whatever actual input voltage we give. Suppose if without asking us, without considering us, if she had started the test and if she had given the 56 volt to the circuit, it might be the loss of our satellite. And that's why I said everyone will try to help us to go to the space. That is the importance of such kind of the tests. And this is the another story with the permission from Kukrande sir and Sannupur sir. If you permit, I can share that story also. Say here also same thing happened. You know, it was the tradition of ISRO before every launch of such a satellite, such a rocket, there is a very great photo session happens with each and every team of satellite. The team of the various payloads of the that mission. It was the C-58 mission, ExpoSat C-58 ISRO's mission. And, you know, myself and Sunnupal sir at some place in the Sriharikota range, Ukrainde sir and the Rohit and the Supriya, they were at the other place. And suddenly the convoy of the around 30, 40 Innova started toward that launch vehicle station. It was around from our guest house is around 15 kilometers away from us. And suddenly everyone disappeared. I forced Sannapur sir, at least you go to their convoy and try to attend it. Then myself, Kukrande sir and the Supriya had our own car, and we started with the car and we don't see anybody. Everybody's vanished at some place. We are just wandering in the jungle to reach at the station. And suddenly we arrived at one security check, head security check. They don't allow us. Don't go. It's not possible for you to go ahead. It's very dangerous to go ahead. And so we requested them a lot. And after a certain requested, that manager from the launch site told me that if you want to come, you come on your own risk. We will not be part of your whatever happened to you. Ukrande sir, you remember, we started our car. We had the Brezza with us, Suzuki Brezza. At the speed of 130 kilometers per hour, we ran toward the launch vehicle station. And I think Ukrande sir, we ran up to 50 meter. First time I think we ran, and finally we got success to get this lifelong memory for whole Somaiya group. That's why I said again, if you wish something from the bottom of your heart, whole universe conspire to achieve it. Thank you. These are our, from initial, we have a lot of people helped us. It may be a Vishram Bapat, it may be a Husalikar sir, it may be a International Amateur Radio Union, Hans, he is the satellite coordinator, AMSAT India, AMSAT UK, Amateur Radio Society of India, Alba Orbital from Spain, the QBD from Germany, Daniel Ivas, he helped us for the FSC coding, ham operators across the India, everyone. Mr. Rajiv Senan, S.A. Kannan, Kiran Mohan, they were the mentors for us. They helped us a lot during last 6-7 years. They were the most happiest person when they saw our satellite in the space. In space, especially, they make our dream to reality. They force us toward our goal. No doubt, special thanks to Mr. Nikhil Arora and Mr. Vinay Paliwan, and other vendors who make our dream to reality. Thank you all. I request Rohit to continue just beginning of our, newly planned. Rohit, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah.
These are our future goal of our Somaiya, our Samir sir, of course, and goal of our whole Somaiya family. We want to send a standalone satellite, Somaiya Sky Observatory, Somaiya Space Technology Center. Mr. Akhilesh Mishraji, we can definitely collaborate in these 3 categories in future. Rohit, please continue.
Yeah. Hello everyone.
Yeah, you're audible.
Good morning to everyone. So till now, Umesh sir gave a lot of technical details of our BeliefSat-0 mission. Now, I would like to tell a story of serendipity and serendipity. Like the journey was full of people helping us, universe conspiring to get us there. And this is the image of our dreams riding to its journey of hurtling around a pale blue dot. That was our and so on 1st of January 2024, we rode on top of PSLV C58 mission on POEM-3 platform. Just to talk about briefly about POEM mission. Basically, POEM is a platform which enables you to utilize spent fourth stage of rocket. So once the main satellite on this C58 mission was EXPOSAT. So once it is deployed, once it is detached from the rocket's body, fourth stage of the rocket still continues being in the space for 6 to 7 months. So ISRO came up with this special idea that why not use this stage to hold on experiments, and that is why POEM, which is PSLV the PSLV orbiting experimental platform. But before we reached this launch, we had very serendipitous beginnings. So the first image that you are seeing, that is me along with my co-founder Supriya. We were visiting Somaiya Vidyavihar for a ISRO exhibition that was organized during Abhiyantriki 2016. We were new in college, we were just visiting there, and the exhibition had a lot of the scientists from ISRO explaining what ISRO does, what all different rockets are there. And just out of curiosity, me and Supriya, sir, let that slide be there. Don't you? Yeah. So me and Supriya happened to ask question to the scientists that what does it take to launch a student satellite like a Pratham or Swayam, which were earlier student satellites by some other universities in India. So we just happened to ask them out of curiosity, and they said, just come up with a good proposal and we will help you out. And we never thought it would be like as simple as that. All we ever thought was you have to be like in special connects with someone, you have to know people and all. But it was as simple as come up with a proposal and we will help you. That made us think, is it really that simple? What is required? So we spent next few days roaming around our college in terms of exploring actually what all labs do we have, what all facilities are there in the lab, and we came to understand that yeah, I think all of the things that are required are mostly taught to us. It is just the application of it. So we started building a team, but when you are building a team which dreams of going to space, you cannot build it overnight. You have to go through a lot of processes. So one of the lessons that we have learned throughout this journey has been to ask for help and don't shy of asking around for help. And it was asking for help and asking the right questions that has brought us to this point. So our initial stages were asking for help from teams who made Swayam and Pratham possible. So the other two images that you are seeing are us at their labs and at the ground stations of IIT Bombay and CUEP Pune, because we wanted to learn from them. We took their help, we learned from them. And today we are at the point that now we are invited to guide their current teams to give the guest lectures over there. So it has always been about collaboration. It has always been around about sharing our knowledge, keeping the knowledge sources open. So next, please. Shinde sir, next slide. Can we change the slides? Okay, so but earlier when you go and tell someone that we are going to build a satellite, we are going to send something to space, people, it might sound crazy, and it not only sound crazy to others, it used to sound crazy to myself and our founding team as well. And if on the first day you go ahead and say that, yeah, okay, fund our rocket mission and fund something to launch, and this is a lesson we want to impart to other aspirants as well. Please do not on the first day go and tell that yeah, we want to do something big. So we started very small. This was one of the learnings that we got, that you got to start small, you got to deliver continuously. And this is how we started small. We from a meager budget of 1,000 rupees, we bought some TV tuner cards. In old days, there used to be this dongles, TV tuner dongles, which you could connect to your computer and watch analog television broadcast. So we took those, we hacked those, and uh, we using a hacked software, we were able to unlock the rest of the frequencies out of it. And then we built some small antenna out of normal aluminum rods, and all of this in a very small budget. And with that, we were able to receive NOAA satellites, the open source NOAA satellites. So the image that you're seeing on left, that is a weather satellite image from satellite called NOAA, and that proved our capabilities. So any entrepreneurs, any aspiring students who want to make it big, one of the learnings that we got in this process has been why we have been successful in reaching till end has been we have always believed in taking small steps and delivering constantly to our stakeholders. Next. Yeah. So then came in the Jovian. This was Jovian Moon contest was one of the biggest boost for our team. So basically, ISRO Liquid Propulsion System Center had organized a competition for designing a mission to Jupiter's moon and proposing what all studies we would conduct there and what would be the propulsion tech, what would be the communication calculation. So for 6 months, we coordinated with ISRO monthly reviews for designing a mission to Jupiter's moon, and we somehow won it among all the like more than 150 colleges who were participating around the country, and that was a major boost to us that we can actually do it. That was a major learning point. Also, we learned a lot of things like link budget calculations and power analysis and structural analysis. So we did that. So this was a major milestone that we faced and actually gave us a confidence that yeah, we can actually do it. And it was a huge morale boost for the team. Next. Now, after the success of Jovian Moon, looking at our capabilities, we were given a lot of opportunities in terms of one of our college industry partner, Database Services Systems, approached us for developing an indigenous alternative for Indian Army for designing a hardware which we generally import called upper air sounding system, specifically the radio sound part out of it. It is basically a device which you tie to a balloon and let go of the balloon, which helps you measure the wind speeds at different heights in the atmosphere and temperatures, pressures, humidity, those criteria, which data is then used by Met Department and airline agencies. So we built that and we were successful in building that. We tested that. We went through UTRR process with Indian Army, Indian Navy, and Director General of Indigenization in India. So DGMO office, and so we did that. That also helped us in learning a lot of RF parts of things, understanding how error corrections and how link designs work. Meanwhile, we were at the same time working upon developing proposals for CubeSats and PhoneSats and all the type of small satellites. Those proposals were getting rejected one after other by ISRO. But one of the things that made us successful was that in spite of those early rejections of our proposals, we kept going. And finally, one of the proposals got accepted under PS4 OP platform, which was earlier version of POEM. And that is our team presenting to Rajiv Senan sir, who visited our college once our proposal was accepted. So this was pre-COVID and we got accepted there. We also become, sir, please stay on that slide. So we got accepted for the launch, and then apart from that, we became part of community. So another big achievement that we made around this over this journey is we became part of community. We contributed to community, and community helped us. So this Pocket Cube Chat is a global community of makers with led by a Scottish company called Alba Orbital. There are companies from Germany, Australia, US, Canada, companies from India as well who participate in this community. We actively help each other, we actively hold discussions, and that has been the lesson. Collaborating is more important than like competing with people, and this collaboration has the biggest, the lion's share of what we are today. So yeah, next. And then COVID occurred. So our founding team graduated. I graduated from my bachelor's degree, although I again took admission in master's. But the rest of the founding team graduated. But good thing was we had been recruiting every year. We had kept our like recruitment cycle and team continuous. So we had a team which could hold the ground while we passed out. PS4 OP program somehow got on hold. It got cancelled. Then parts with which we had designed our Pocket Cube standard satellite. Pocket Cube is even smaller than CubeSat, like 5 centimeter cross 5 centimeter cross 5 centimeter size. So that small of a satellite that we had developed, but the parts for the parts that we used got deprecated. So in the chip shortage period, those parts stopped being manufactured. Knowledge transfer had chain got broken because 2 years we were not going in college, we were not meeting our juniors. Then, but when going gets tough, stuff gets going. So my successor project managers, Jyoti and all, started a tough journey of rebuilding the team. Next. So somehow finally we got a call that the PS4 OP now had an equivalent poem platform, and within 30 days we had to submit, which we didn't, which we weren't able to do successfully the first time. But second time was the charm. Vinay sir came behind us and asked us, this time at least you submit, and we did hesitantly submitted it because timeline was small. But somehow we were able to submit this time and we were able to deliver. So we built this, we tested it at different places as sir told. Next. And then we launched. But post-launch, initially there were some hours of horror. We thought, why is Beacon not being received? It was because ISRO somehow hadn't turned us on yet. And here is where working with community helped us. When ISRO turned on our payload, the stage had already passed over India, and it was the satellite wasn't visible over India for next couple of hours. So what do? We communicated with SatNox community and scheduled passes over multiple ground stations in Brazil, in Guinea, in Indonesia, where the passes were there, where it was going to pass over. And those stations received us. And then now coming to the lessons, these were some of the big lessons that we learned over this journey. Dream big, build small, fail fast, fail forward, and reach out to stakeholder with iterations even faster. That is how you succeed. Otherwise, you reach to a certain point and then success stops. Spirit of science transcends global boundaries. Without help of the global community, we won't have been hurtling around this pale blue dot for like a month now, and that too successfully. And sometimes asking right questions at right time can end up in really beautiful things. So never hold up your questions, just ask them. And collaboration and knowledge sharing is the key to collective growth. So we got learning from others, now we help others, and we are open to others. So anyone watching this, if you need help in RF or space tech, feel free to reach us out. Thanks for this amazing opportunity. And finally, I have an announcement on what Honorable Ambassador talked about a little bit earlier. So we are going for our next launch by the end of this year. We are in the process of building a standalone CubeSat Somaiya HAMSat. And if any Irish university, if any Irish company wants to collaborate with us, we are open for upcoming mission. Feel free to reach us out at the given email address. With that, I'll end my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Over to you, Mishra sir, Honorable Ambassador.
Yeah, thank you so much for the presentation. Now I will request His Excellency to say a few concluding words for this interesting presentation.
Yeah, we are very impressed, very inspired by the presentations and also the vision, the story of struggle and how you come across challenges and how with team effort and collaboration, as Rohit mentions, uh, asking for help, asking questions and seeking collaboration rather than feeling competition. So your story is so inspiring. And space technology for all Indians is a huge moral boosting. We, as a diplomat, I know the overwhelming response that we received from the world community about the first ever landing on the southern part of the moon and also launching of our solar satellite observation satellite. I think these are missions which make India in the forefront of technology and in entrepreneurship, taking very bold decisions. So, and also under Prime Minister Modi's leadership, we see that space sector has been broadened. It's no longer just ISRO's baby. There are like much wider sectors which are involved in this, and also private sector participation, involvement of universities and other private sector entrepreneurs, innovators, thinkers. This is the way forward for our country. And also, I see tremendous boost for technology to spill over to industrial development. So it's a great story for us to tell, and I would be reaching out to UCT here, sharing your story, and let us see if we can actually build some connections between Somaiya Institute of Technology and UCT. All the very best. Keep inspiring.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to all of us, sir.
Thank you.
And we like to do Dharti, Jal or Akash. So this they have shown us Antariksh. Akash, Antariksh is beyond Akash.
Absolutely.
But we, from a climate change point of view, we have to work on Dharti. We have to work on the Jal, and we have to work on the Asman. All three. So this is where we're all going.
So Mayaji, once again, very sincere thanks for you were very prompt, immediate, positive response, which made it possible.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks a lot.
We thank everybody for joining in today and to the team who has given this wonderful presentation. So thank you so much.